Hello, hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Sunday, and welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. My name is Abigail Mensah Bonsu. I am a quantum goddess coach as well as a multidimensional healer. And let's go ahead and begin. We're going to dive into the individual messages that your higher self will be giving you for this week. And we'll end with a meditation that will actually help you through the week. So this week, when I tune into the energy, what I'm getting is almost like a death and rebirth kind of thing. And this death and rebirth is more of a release, letting go of the old and making space for the new that is stepping in. So this old that I'm talking about, this will be past life connections, past life vows, contracts, parts of you that no longer work. We know that we are going through as a whole, humanity as a whole, we're going through a major transformation. There's a part of us that will no longer exist when this transformation is over. And so I'm getting that this release, this letting go of the old has already begun as we continue to receive more of ourselves through the light frequencies, through the initiations, the cosmic initiations that we are going through. So pay attention. What is coming is like, pay attention to your dreams. What dreams did you used to have that no longer works? Let that go. Pay attention to past life selves, past lives service or missions that you used to do in your past life. For example, if you've had a past life where a lot of past lives where you were a healer, you worked with plant medicine, and in this lifetime it's completely different, or you're being directed in a different direction, it is okay. Follow your soul's guidance. Okay. So that's like an example of that past lifestyle. Pay attention to what is coming up to be released. The way it's coming up is this, that as it comes up, it will not feel good to you. Like when you try to do it, when you try to do it all over again, or kind of go back to that box that you're comfortable with, it's not going to feel good to you anymore. That's how you know that that's the old and needs to go. And it's okay. The other thing that's coming is, it's okay if at that moment of letting go, you have no idea what is coming in next. It's totally okay, because you know what's going to follow right after you let go is the new. The new is going to step right in. You're going to get refilled up with more of who you truly are, more of what you want to experience in this lifetime. That takes me to that next thing that was coming in, the experiences. What experiences would you like to have in this lifetime? It's time for you to start asking yourself this question. This is the co-creation thing here. I posted a little meme that that says, dreamers and creators, this is your time. What experiences would you like to have this lifetime? What experiences is your soul asking you to have on this planet in this lifetime? Begin to ask yourself this question and allow your higher self to work with you to create what exactly you want to experience, rather than just anything, right? So that's a little bit about the energy for this week. There's the releasing and there's the receiving. It's release to receive, release to receive. And a good mantra you can use is, I release that no longer serves me, that no longer is in alignment with me, and I call in that which is true to me, and I call in that which is me, more of me, and I call in more of my light, and I call in more of my soul's presence, and I call in my higher self's light to be embodied within me. So that's a little mantra you can use this week. Now the cards, each of the cards I'm getting that is, well, the cards this week I'm using the Work Your Light cards by Rebecca Campbell. And also I will be, this Isis message that also came in too, so I'll be sharing those. But each of those other cards will be, brings its own like activation or mantra that you can use throughout the week, or you can use it as a prayer too. It's a light activation. So when you say it and when you use your own voice to say it, you're calling in that vibration within you. So that can support you also throughout this week. So whichever calls to you, choose that to support you. Anything that can really help you hold that high vibration, high light in this time that we're in will benefit you, and not just you, everyone that comes in contact with you. So let's go ahead and move on to the messages for this week. If you haven't yet, go ahead and place your hand on your heart, one on your womb. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, okay? Go ahead and place one on the heart, one on the womb. Close your eyes, taking some deep breaths in, out. Allow each breath to relax you. And I'm going to call in our higher selves now to come and join us. And this, from this place of this, from this place of higher self embodiment, you can go ahead and ask which of these messages are for me, or which of these messages is for me for this week. 1, 2, or 3. Taking a deep breath in and out. After you received your number, go ahead and open your eyes and receive. So now we're going to move on to the messages for each of the cards. So there's 3 cards that came in. The 3 cards that came in for this week from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. The first card that came in is the Unbound. I'm going to show you the picture real quick, and then I'll share the message individually. So the first card that came in is the Unbound card, and it goes right with the message of this week. It says, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So if you were drawn to card number 1, this message is so potent for you this week in terms of releasing that past life stuff. Right, and paying attention to the past life patterns that no longer work for you and letting that go. So this week we're working with that energy of letting go of the old. And then the next card that came in is the Mentakin card, and I feel like I've drawn this card. Actually, the Unbound and this card, I've drawn those two probably like 3 times already. So it's kind of like a pattern that is going on as part of this whole transformation that we are experiencing currently. So Mentakins are star seeds, and this card is really reminding you, star seeds, that are right now having a difficulty being here on this planet and wondering why you decided to reincarnate at this time of this intense transformation, right? If you are a starseed who is missing home, especially now, this card is for you. And then the last card that came in has to do with replenishing yourself. So we begin with letting go of that which no longer serves us, working with that past life energy, releasing the past life energy, and then stepping into creating home, stepping into your home here on earth, and then replenishing yourself, filling yourself up. So let's go ahead and dive into each of the cards, shall we? So the first card, the Unbound card, again, it's time to release the old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They're coming in to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. That's true, right? Take a look at the patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of life's past. Just going to put the card right here. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe in the past or past lives. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. I love that part. I'm going to read it again. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. Beautiful. Now, if you're drawn to card number 1, here is your light activation. So go ahead and close your eyes. Receive, make sure your hands are open. You can place it on your thighs, just open to receiving this light activation. Breathe. I release all soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, 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 forever unbound. So be it, and so it is. Next, if you're drawn to card number 2, your card is the Mintakan card, and it says longing for home, belonging, the original light workers, right? So that's this beautiful card right here. So if you were drawn to this card, you're probably feeling that sense of homesickness. You know, starseeds tend to feel this way until they ground into Mother Earth, until they accept that they chose to reincarnate on this planet at this time for a reason, that at this time this is their home, and until they choose to accept the help from Mother Earth and work with Mother Earth, right? And so let's see here. Many Mintakans have an odd longing for home and struggle with feeling like they don't belong. It is thought that this is due to their home planet no longer being in existence. If you pull this card, it could mean that you are a Mintakan or a longing for a sense of belonging, and root chakra healing is necessary for you to feel secure and safe. This is very important. If you were drawn to this card number 2, this week is very important for you to work on that root chakra, bring balance to your root chakra, call in safety and secure as you see the red light of the root chakra come in or flow in. Also see the energies of security and safety flowing into. Remember, the root chakra is like the foundation. And so the more balanced it is, you create a foundation for the light to anchor into. So it's very important. If you are drawn to card number 2, it is very important for you to bring work on your root chakra. Perhaps you feel this longing to find home without knowing where that is. Perhaps you've been moving around a lot and yearn for a place on planet to call your own. If so, you're being called to connect with Mother Earth and create it for yourself now. To choose where you feel most at home and create it rather than waiting for the feeling of belonging to come. Now, this is the part where you co-create with Mother Earth, especially for those of you who feel like you're looking for your home, like home is not here. Yes, you're a star seed and you have that soul home, but you're here for a reason. And it's time to work with Mother Earth to really create the home. You can replicate that home here on this planet. And actually that anchors that light frequency from your home planet here on this earth, which actually supports all of humanity, right? So if you're drawn to card number 2, here is your light activation. Go ahead and have your palms open on your lap, close your eyes, take in some deep breaths in and receive. I allow myself to be truly here and at home on this planet. I release any grief around not belonging or feeling held and call in the perfect home. I allow myself to be truly here and at home on this planet. I release any grief around not belonging or feeling held and call in the perfect home. I allow myself to be truly here and at home on this planet. I release any grief around not belonging or feeling held and call in the perfect home. Now, this card is very dear to me because I, as a star seed from the Andromedan galaxy, I know what it feels like. For the longest time, I did feel that sense of, why am I here? Why did I decide to come here? My home is not here. It was very hard for me to ground into the physical reality, into this physical space, into this lifetime. And, you know, it got to a point where I had to decide to be here. I had to decide to be here on this planet, to create my heaven on earth on this planet, you know. And so I truly understand if you are called to card number 2 and you are also a star seed. Now, the last card is the deep replenishment, and this card brings in the rest, retreat, and be held. This card, if you're drawn to card number 3, this week is all about filling your cup, doing the things that nourishes you. This is very important for you if you're drawn to card number 3. The most selfless thing you can do is to fill up your own inner well. When we are running around half filled, we consciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we so deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have give multiplies. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. What nourishes you? What fuels your body? What is the nectar for your soul? And what brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile, overspilling with life? It may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting a massage, using luxurious essential oils, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, sipping a good cup of coffee at your favorite cafe, attending a women's circle, reading about sacred sites, spontaneous bike rides, walking along the beach, or yin yoga. What nourishes you? What nourishes you is your medicine. I'm going to repeat this again. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all those around you, for there's more than enough to go around. So this is your question for this week to contemplate upon, and I invite you to journal on this if you're drawn to card number 3. What nourishes you? What fuels your body? What is the nectar of your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile and overspilling with life? Make sure you do something that deeply replenish you this week. If you're drawn to card number 3, do something that deeply replenishes you this week. Very important. So those are the 3 messages for you this week. And now we're going to jump into the goddess message. And the goddess that came in for this week is Goddess Isis, the mother of life. And let's go ahead and do this. Let's see here. All right. There we go. Oh. So the card that came in from Goddess Isis, and I'm using the Isis Oracle deck, is the Magic and Ritual Crafting Sacred Practice. Here you go. Here's the card. It's beautiful with her wings spread wide, and you can see the sacred circle around her. This is something that I've been doing a lot. I always do this actually as part of my morning ritual. It's something that the women that I work with, I teach them about the people, the women that are in my Moon Goddess circle. Also, this is something that we do every single circle. We create a magic circle. So here is the message from Isis. Effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. Magic and ritual can support your divine path now in the physical world, and you are encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice. The results that you experience will encourage you to continue with the practice as you grow in power, grace, love, ability, and wisdom, and apply your inner beauty to transform your outer world. For us to grow empowered and potent on the path of ancient feminine power, we need to honor our knowing and being and cultivate sacred practice. Sacred practice becomes the habit of growing our spiritual power and consciousness. Like a garden needing regular care and watering to blossom and flourish, our inner garden of the soul, where our creativity, joy, gifts, spiritual gifts, and bliss bubble away, also needs regular attention. Coming to our practice takes strength and inner will. Even though it can feel amazing, we still have to wake up, set aside time, and discipline ourselves to show up for our own inner growth. We will reap the benefit when we do, but we must allow ourselves to fall in love with our practice to craft something that really speaks to us so that we want to do it. The desire and the discipline together help us engage with our practice regularly, and we can grow so fast it can be quite shocking. When an initiate shows particular promise, higher guidance will often encourage that they develop a regular practice to hone their spiritual and creative abilities and more fully manifest their divine potential. They will grow faster and stronger spiritually and be able to step into spiritual healing and leadership to greater effect. You are one such soul, dear initiate. You are being guided to prepare for this growth and authority now with your sacred practice. This oracle is guidance that you do have great power and wisdom within you, but you need to provide channels for it to flow and be active and empowered in your physical life. The sacred practice is such a channel. Without these channels, the ego is left to create on its own, which is not much fun at all. The ego believes in fear and separation, and no matter how much it may want to feel love, bliss, connection, joy, and fulfillment, it really cannot do it without your spiritual presence in life. Ritual and magic, as a form of sacred practice, are recommended for you as a way to bring more spiritual presence into your waking life, to heal and support the ego as you learn to create a life that feels better and brings you and others more fulfillment. Sacred practice with magic and rituals may involve any of the guided exercises in this message. Choose what feels good for you and experiment with what might be a regular pattern of practice for you. You are worth the effort. Remember benefits. Remember, whatever effort you do put in will be repaid to you in wonderful benefits many, many times over. Once you experience these effects, it might only take a day or two or a week for the effect to show itself. You will be more committed to continue. The effects are cumulative. As you continue to practice, the positive effects will continue to grow. If you have recently started sacred practice, this message is a confirmation that it is working well for you and you should not give up if you are not seeing the results that you had hoped for. They are all coming in fast. This message is also confirmation that if you are considering making an adjustment to your sacred practice, it might be time to do so, provided that you don't dismiss the gains you have already made with your current practice, and you remember that sometimes small changes have big effect. Ritual and magic practice with clear intent to be of service to the highest good and to manifest through unconditional love accelerates your power and growth, particularly when it is based on what your heart truly desires. It might be about connecting more with your body, about stilling your mind or expressing your voice or creativity. As an example of a practice, there we go. An example of a practice is outlined now, but it is simply an example. As long as your practice includes invocation or prayer to divine forces of unconditional love, provides a structure through which divine energy can flow, and it feels natural and right for you, then it will work for you. Please know that let's see here. Okay, that's it. So Isis is basically showing us a way to help us to grow spiritually, to anchor our light into this physical presence and this physical reality. Because when we do that, we actually help all of humanity rise up. Right. And so if you don't have a ritual or practice that you do, this is a great opportunity. This is the calling, an invitation for you to create one. And if you do have one that you feel like needs to be upgraded, this is also a confirmation for you to do that. Find a practice that works well for you. It could be waking up and lighting a candle and saying a little prayer, inviting your higher self to come, to rise up within you, to come and be embodied within you, or walk with you through the day, or an invocation calling in your higher self and your angels to come be with you in the day, or a meditation where you invite the divine light to just pour into you and fill you up. Or it can be yoga, it can be dancing, it can be journal, whatever feels right for you. That's what, create a practice that is you. Don't focus on practices. Sometimes we tend to take or borrow another person's practice and make it ours, even though we know it doesn't work for us. Because we think that ours might not be right and that theirs is right. No. Your soul knows what feels good. So always tap in and choose what feels good to you. So let's go ahead and dive right into the meditation. So go ahead and taking a deep breath in. Close your eyes. Find a comfortable position that you will feel comfortable in for a while. Make sure you rest quietly in a space where you will not be disturbed, and make sure you connect to your breath. Now repeat after me. I call upon Isis, who loves me unconditionally. and my own divine self now, in love, light, peace, and power. May blessings, protection, healing, and awakening abound. I dedicate my practice to divine love. So be it, and so it is. Now sit quietly and bring your awareness to your breath. And this is a practice that you can do with music. It works great with music. And if you use this as your sacred practice, if you adopt this as your sacred practice, lighting a candle and playing some soft music with this practice is potent. So bring into your mind's eye a candle in front of you, and you're holding a lighter, and repeat after me. With this candle alit, I open my practice in sacred space. Now go ahead and light the candle in front of you. Once that candle is lit, see its radiance just kind of like expand all around you. Taking a deep breath in and repeat this mantra. I am, I am, I am. I am the light divine. I am the light sublime. I am the peace beyond space and time. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am the light divine. I am the love sublime. I am the peace beyond space and time. I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am. I am the light divine. I am the love sublime. I am the peace beyond space and time. I am, I am, I am. Now become aware of your heart and your body. And from the base of your spine down to your toes and up towards the crown of your head, until you are peacefully aware of what the inside of your body feels like with gentle awareness. Follow the breath and keep your awareness in your body. And when you're ready, imagine a soft ball of pure light within your heart expanding with your breath until it fills your whole body and your energy field extending around your body. Now imagine, see, sense, or feel sealing the light in a bubble of violet light and golden light in 2 layers, wide and strong around your energy field. Taking a deep breath in here and out. Now when you're ready, when you've done this, gently open your eyes and place your hands in prayer positions with your 4 fingers touching your forehead and your head bowed slightly, and say, for divine light, love, and protection, I give thanks now. I am, I am, I am. So be it, and so it is. It is done. It is done. It is done. Beautiful. And come back to the here and now. Beautiful. So even as a practice, you can use this visualization that I just walked you through as if you've never had a sacred practice before. This could be your first one, and then you change it, you tweak it, you build upon it to make it yours. Or you can even waking up in the morning, lighting a candle, and then saying that mantra, the I am, I am, I am, I am the light divine, I am the love sublime, I am the peace beyond space and time. I am, I am, I am. That can also be a sacred practice for you. So thank you for receiving this week's divine message, goddess message, and go ahead and implement it. Go ahead and implement it, work with it, and see how it changes your energy, how it supports you and fills you up, and guides you throughout the week, so that you feel good in everything that you do. Thank you so much again. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, I will talk to you soon. Happy week. Bye, everyone.